Welcome to the Race Driver Coach Show, where we are turning our attention again to the mental aspect of your performance, particularly visualization. And the question that inspired today's topic is this. It came in from Tom and he asked, does visualization really work? And if so, have you got some tips? Now that's a straightforward question and I love questions that are to the point. So thanks, Tom. Now visualization, it is something I use. If you've read my books and things like and my content, you've heard my content, you know that I do like visualization because really it's your way of projecting or actually taking what's in the future and bringing it into the now. You're kind of playing with scenarios that you're going to go through or you may go through in the future, just so the brain is prepared for what's going to come. Now, you know, when you're playing a computer game and you're doing a level, you're on Last of Us, you're on the Last of Us computer game, you're doing a particular level, the zombies just ate your face off because you tried to go over a counter too early and he heard you and he attacked you, right? So you're like, okay, next time I'm going to go around the desk. I'm not going to go over the counter, I'm going to go around it and I'm going to be a bit quieter and I'm going to get a shiv and I'm going to attack him from behind and try that. And then it works. Now that's because you've done the same scenario, you failed. It allows you to restart from the last saving point, wherever the mission started, and then you try a different angle, you try a different approach, a different tactic, and it works. And if it doesn't in a computer game, you then try again. You try something else, and you keep trying. Restart, try again until you get through and complete the level, and then you go through to the other part. That's how we approach computer games. This is obviously not as easy to do in the real world. Because when you're in a race situation, or you go into any kind of situation, it's difficult to rehearse like that and to restart and go again. You can do it in training, you can do it on a simulator, that's why I love simulators, because you can try things. But if you're, say, going into a race weekend, and you want to visualize how you want the first corner to go at the start of a race, or you want to visualize how you're going to drive a particular corner differently, and you know that once you're there, you've only got one chance to do it. You're going to have to throw caution to the wind and just try on the go. And if you fail, it could mean a DNF or it could mean a loss of position or not maximizing your potential in that race. So it's a bit difficult to reset. No one's going to reset. Go, well, sorry everybody, we started. I didn't get a great start. Can we start again, please, and do it all over? You know that's not going to work in the real world. There's no reset button. So visualization is the closest thing we have that allows us to rehearse, to do those things, to pretend that we're in that situation in our mind as we picture it, so we can do the drills, we can do the resets. Say, right now, I don't think it would work because that person might go on the inside. Or when you're going towards a corner, you can kind of visualize that corner and almost pretend that you're going to go for a later apex and see what that looks like. Kind of feel what the car would feel like by having a later apex. What would that mean? This is you playing with your internal, your mental imagery. Now the problem we get is a lot of people, they close their eyes, they try and visualize, but they don't really see anything. They can't see the actual movie playing out in front of them. And that's where people get a bit confused and they give up because I just can't visualize. Well, let me just tell you that you can visualize because you do dream about things, right? And when you're in a dream, it seems completely real. You're there. You're actually, everything's 3D. You're in it. 4D. How many Ds do you want? Whatever it is, you're in there and you live in it and you believe it's true. If you can dream, you can visualize. And just to prove it now, you see whatever you're watching this video on or listening to it on, if it's safe to do so. If you are looking at your phone now, watching this video, I want you to look at the phone as it is, the whole thing, for a few seconds. Take it all in. Close your eyes. Open your eyes again. Keep looking at the phone. Close it. Open it. Your eyes. Close your eyes and now pretend that you can see that phone. And quickly open and close just to make sure you're getting the right sort of surround around the outside. You can start. You might not see it clearly, but you can pretty much imagine it, what it looks like. You know what color it is. And just think now to the front door of your house. Picture it quickly. You know what color it is, right? You know what kind of doorstep it's got, or what handle, or what other things look like around the outside of it. Like maybe there's a light there. You kind of get a quick flash of it. Even though you can't capture it and hold it, most people can't, you just get a sense for what the front door looks like. And this is, I would suggest, if you're not really comfortable and you can't really see things very clearly, this is a little technique that you can do. You just see something, you pick it up, you look at it, say like this mouse I've got here in my hand now. It's not a real mouse if you're listening on the podcast. And I look at it and I can kind of just look around. And if I was to imagine what it looked like, I'll get a sense of what it is. I can, you know, the silver here, then the black runners on the bottom. I can virtually see it. It's not there like it is now, but it is. But that's me visualizing. And if you just do that over and over again with different things, and make sure you do it each day, it's amazing how you get good at visualizing. It becomes something that you do start to see things a little bit clearer. And again, it's not going to be a complete clarity, you know, clear picture in your head right behind your eyelids. It's more like a sense of that mouse that was in my hand. I can kind of get it. And this is pretty much the same as daydreaming. And if you get really good at this, you start to get the skills and you get confidence in visualizing and picturing things. You can use that as a race driver, or anything you do actually, to practice scenarios, to try things, to even go back into your memories. Now that's a good way to start to visualize. Think back to the things that happened to you in the past. Maybe you had an amazing race win. You can close your eyes and virtually go back to that time. Like, what did you see when you were there? What did you hear? How did it feel? And you can relive it. That's you visualizing. We just got to do the same, but for the future. So for race drivers that want to use this, first of all, start to play with visualization. Start to learn how to do it. Start to get confident in, I can actually start to play things out in my mind and imagine that I'm there in the future and try things. And then you do it. The more you do it, it's like a muscle and you'll start to learn. Now, another little trick for you to help you visualize a lap, because that's what a lot of race drivers do. They try and visualize how they drive a lap and they go into a corner, and it can get a bit confusing. You get halfway around, you start to lose your concentration. What I've found, something that works really well, it did with me anyway, and it does with my drivers, is if they put a video on, an onboard video of a track they're going to, it might be their own video with their own car sound. You press play, so it starts running, starts from the start-finish line. You close your eyes with the onboard running in the background, with the noise playing and everything, you can hear the audio, and you close your eyes and you start to drive it in your head. So as the car brakes on the onboard, you feel yourself going forwards, you feel where you're starting to look into the corner, and then you can hear the car scrub, and then the accelerator going on. You feel like you're doing it. You actually move the hands as if you're driving it. Move the feet as if you're driving that onboard, but you've got your eyes closed. This is another way for you to practice how to visualize. So you've sort of got the audio that's keeping you in time with the corners coming up, and you're just literally closing your eyes and going through it in your head. And do one lap with you watching, one lap with you with your eyes closed, one lap watching, and you keep doing this. And then eventually you start to learn that track so well, you can even then practice driving the corner, changing your different race lines, trying overtaking maneuvers. So it's, for me, when I'm training drivers to how to visualize, the first step is just learn how to visualize anything. So you're getting that skill down, you're getting the confidence in it. The second step is make it as easy as possible. So doing the onboard in the background, and you close your eyes and you're listening and visualizing at the same time. Then the third step is actually use it. The engineer has now told you to turn in later for this corner, so then you can kind of go in there with your eyes closed, imagining turning later, and what would that mean? What would it feel like? And in doing that, you are rehearsing. You're doing the computer game thing by saying, right, I'm going to try it at this angle. How does it feel? Yeah, brilliant. Now I think I've got the right line in my head. I'm going to visualize it before I go on track. Over and over and over again. And you watch what happens when you get to that corner. You'll instinctively, straight away, just turn a bit later, because you pre-programmed it, and more powerfully, you've seen it. So it makes it go even deeper into your psyche, and it becomes something that you'd want to do when you get there. It becomes a lot easier for you to make a change, to make that driving correction change in that corner. So I suggest yes, is my short answer for the short question. Do use visualization, but train it up first, use it, get comfortable with it, and then just play with it. And you can do this with anything. If you're going into a sponsor meeting and you're a bit, in your head, you're visualizing this as being a bit of a nerve-wracking experience and you're fearing it because in your head, you can kind of feel like you're a small person going into a boardroom with big eyes and big people judging you. And a lot of that will be visual. A lot of that will be a preconceived mental picture you've got in your head. And again, you might not see it, but you feel it. You're living the future experience in a way that's creating fear in the now. So I want you to take control of that. It's actually, no, I'm going to visualize myself going through the door of this boardroom with a big smile on my face. And when I enter that door, go through the door frame, that door frame is loaded with energy, with motivation, with courage, with confidence. And when I step through that door frame is going to deliver the courage and confidence into me. And I'm going to feel it. Chin up. And I'm going to, visualize yourself walking through that door, saying hello to everybody with a smile on your face. See them as a bit smaller and you being the powerful person. Why not? Play with that image. Play with that image that's, even if you can't see it, you feel it and you pretend that you're going to go into that room with that confidence. And even if it only turns up your confidence levels by 10%, just because you played out the scenario of you walking in that room and introducing yourself and saying the first opening speech, the line that you're going to deliver, even if it's just that part, it's worth it, right? And it might just, because first impressions count, right? If they see you walking through the door, nice and confident, it's a sponsor meeting, and you look like you've got a smile on your face, you want to be there, and you've got something to share with them, that's a lot more appealing than someone who walks in a bit timid, who's not sure about what they're going to talk about, who's a bit letting the whole situation take control of them. That's not really a good sales pitch. So use it for everything. Everything that's going to come up in the future, I want you to pretend and run through it. Just practice now. I'm watching this video now of Enzo, I'm listening to it. What I'm going to do, if it's safe to do so again, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to pretend, or I'm going to imagine myself closing this video, pressing like and subscribe. No, I don't ask for them. I'm going to close the video and I'm going to put my phone down. And then you actually do it. You close the video. Shut your phone maybe, whatever you visualize, and you put the phone down. You visualized it and then you did it. And it's these little things that, it doesn't seem significant, of course. But if you just visualize something and then actually do that action, the mind starts to then make a link with, I think about something and then I go and do it. And this is a great motivator, right? If you can't get out of bed in the morning to go to the gym, you got the motivation, you visualize yourself getting up nice and strong, out of the bed, sat up bolt right, smile on your face, clap your hands, I'm going to go to the gym. And then you actually do them actions. It's funny how this works out. I do this a lot. If I can't be bothered to do something or I want to put it off, quick visualize yourself doing it. How great is it going to feel? Then you open your eyes and do it. And it will build the visualization muscle, really. It's another tip. And the more you do that, the more that even when you're sat in the car ready to go for a race, you visualize how you want to do it, how you want to warm the tires up, how you want to be on the first lap. You go out and you do it. And it becomes a new thing. The visualization just gets better. The pictures get more clear. You can play with them. You can change the submodalities of what you're seeing, which is actually the quality and the things that are in it. You can change the volume. That's really advanced level of visualization, but it doesn't take long to get there. As long as you train it with the simple stuff first, then you can use it. I hope this video helps. I hope it gives you plenty of room for thought, actually, or food for thought, because this is a part of mental training that is really important. And if you want to improve your mentality, your mindset, visualization is a big tool for that. See you next time.